What up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be fixing this lightning because, as you guys know, it blew out a spark plug. And we went to a couple of places and we fixed. Well, we were looking at the repair kits, and we ended up ordering this one online. And this one comes with the better design threads, and comes with this thread kit, and you drill out the hole. This is the guide. There's other videos on YouTube you guys could look at, but we're gonna do this to this truck. So right now we're just gonna take all this apart. We're gonna remove the fuel rail because it's in the way, and I believe it's that one back here, like the third one back there. So we'll have to get rid of all of these. So we removed the injectors right now, and we're putting some tape on the top part of the injector, because we're gonna put them back in to plug the holes on the intake. And we're just putting tape so the trash won't go in there, or the whatever we're gonna drill out. And one of these is cracked. I don't know if you can see it, but it won't focus. But this little cap is cracked, so we're gonna have to order the kit for these injectors. So how much horsepower were you running with these stock injectors?
A lot.
A lot? Alright, so this is the kit that AutoZone sells. As you can see, it's way thinner and smaller. Well, it has different sizes, but it's smaller in diameter, in the outside diameter. And this one has this little edge that actually sits on the head, and you know, once you have it all the way in, there's no way you could go past that. And this one doesn't. So pretty much what holds it in is just these little ridges right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is a comparison. So this is the kit from AutoZone that you do not want to get. And we were asking around, and you know, to get this repaired with something like this would run about 800 bucks. That's what they said, huh? 800 bucks. So we just went online and we picked up this whole kit. We're gonna do it ourselves, and it's really not that hard. You could go on YouTube and they'll show you step by step what to do. So as soon as homeboy over here is done looking for that 10mm that he can't find, we'll get to it. We just got back from Harbor Freight and we had to pick up this set because we didn't have the 14mm to turn the crank so we could close the valve. We took the spark plug out and we have to stick this in there, and this is a little valve to open it and close it. So we're gonna put some air in there, and we gotta make sure that the valves, the exhaust and the intake valves, are closed. Once they close, once they, you know, go up, they'll push this out because of the compressed air that's going to be in there. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so you open this up and that will let air flow in there, and you turn the crank. Once the valves are closed, the intake and the exhaust, this will pop out. So we're going to start turning the crank and we're going to open this up, and then once it pops out, we'll know that the valves are closed, and we just got to make sure that the piston is 2 or 3 inches away from the top. We'll also pick this up from Harbor Freight, an inspection camera, and we're just gonna use it to get down in the cylinder, make sure that the piston is more towards the bottom, and make sure we got all the shavings out. Go back. Go up. Go up. Go back. Up. 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 Alright, so we're done using the drill bit. We just coated it with WD-40 so it won't rust. Put it back. And now we're gonna use the one to make the new threads. And we're also gonna coat this with WD-40. But first, before we do that, we're gonna try to vacuum out some of the little pieces that are in there, and then we're gonna put some air in there with the air wand, and then we're gonna use this. So we use a ratchet to use this thread tool, and we just did it until it hit the E-clip. So now we're gonna spray some brake cleaner in there to dry up all the WD-40, and then we're gonna use the air wand to blow out the pieces that are in there, the little chips, and then we'll do the insert. We're done cleaning inside the cylinder, so now we're gonna clean this piece here. We're gonna spray some brake cleaner on this, and just so we could, when we apply the thread locker, it'll hold. We're gonna let it sit for 24 hours just so it could cure completely, and then we'll turn it on. I'm gonna install some of this anti-seize on it, and then the spark plug is gonna go on the threaded piece for install. We already sprayed it down with some brake cleaner. Just make sure that it's clean. Alright guys, we're having some difficulties. What happened to you, Tommy?
My eye, bitch.
What?
Fuck spray?
You sprayed it?
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck.
I don't know why the other one wasn't taking the spark plug, but this one is pretty good. So thread it all the way in. It should be like this, and then put it in there. And I think it's a 20 to 25 foot-pound. So now we're ready to just put thread locker and throw it in there. $200, and from 1 to a 10 I could say it's about a 7, 6 on difficulty. I mean, depending if you got the tools or not, but there's no more misfire, and it's running pretty smooth. We also did the spark plugs last night. We changed the pump for the supercharge. That's what we're doing today, and we cleaned the little reservoir for coolant, but it started raining, so we had to pull it back in. So like, comment, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment down below. Even if it's a negative comment, leave it down below. We want to hear your feedback, and we'll catch you in the next one.